I met a gypsy.
Yeah, beta-alanine.
Not that.
Yeah. This doesn't have any crack in it. But what it is it's the stuff that gives you a tingle. So like when most people take pre-workout, they always say like, oh, I like that tingling feeling. But I just don't like all the other crap that's in pre-workout. It's not necessary. Like you're getting way too much caffeine probably. It's like
that's what I don't like. Yeah. Too much caffeine.
Yeah, I'm not weird. Like, especially if you're drinking coffee throughout the day, like avoid that stuff and just get the beta-alanine. This is good because it's what we call like a hydrogen ion buffer, which essentially, like everyone says, okay, when you get lactic acid build up, that's when you fatigue. That is true, but when lactic acid builds up, it's actually the hydrogen ion that the lactic acid breaks off, and that goes into your muscles. And when that builds up, we get fatigued. We get that feeling, that like burnt out feeling.
Yeah. What
beta-alanine does is help buffer that through, so it delays that fatigued feeling. So yeah, I really like giving guys beta-alanine. We just get them to take it twice a day. So usually go between like, depending on their tolerance, like 2 to 4 grams twice a day. Just boom, bang it in. I get a lot of guys like put it in, say if they're having a coffee in the morning, like that's their 1 or 2 coffees, just bang it in that. Or before training, put it in whatever shake you have and put it in that.
Yeah.
And we get, it's massive in the CrossFit world and for like good reason, because those guys are like just constantly going and it's really big there. But I really like using it with the fighters.
I think for motocross, that'd be huge too. Yeah. Like there's a big level of like lactic that builds up in not only your arms, like your legs and lower back and core, like everything is essentially, like I tell people that don't ride motocross is like, okay, so you ride down the road as fast as you can on a rough track and you hold the bike as fast as it'll go and then just let go. Like just take all your arms and legs off and just see what happens to that motorcycle.
Jesus.
Like that, it is not like you can imagine, like if you're on a rough dirt road and you just let go, like the bike's just going to fucking go crazy and you're going to die. So I was like, what you're doing when you're racing motocross is you're avoiding that bike from doing that. So like there's all these forces, like the bike wants to go in all these different directions at all times, and that your body has to be like this gyro that stabilizes this machine that essentially does, like, there's no balance point. Like that thing's constantly being moved around like that. So literally everything is on head to toe. Like your eyebrows feel tired after you've done a big day of riding, you know?
Yeah, I always think that with motocross because like, I guess like the last 18 months I've been like obsessed with sweat. Like obviously it's like, that's like a big part of my job is getting the guys to sweat when we're cutting weight. But like, and that's why we made like the electrolyte drink because it was such a big problem. But I always think with all like the suit you guys have on, like, man, like you guys must lose so much sweat. And then like what that has like for your cognitive abilities, like just to stay concentrated. It's like fighting, it's crazy. Like there's someone punching you, but like far out, like a fucking, how fast do those they go? Like, and then you're flying and then you come off that just because like you're mentally not switched on.
Well, that's the one thing. So a few weeks ago, so like the professional standard, so like a 5-round championship fight, right? So our standard of that is 30 minutes plus 2 laps. I've never done it in my life.
Wow.
So the other week I went out and I was like, I'm going to do a 30-minute moto. And by the end of it, like physically I wasn't tired, but like mentally, dude, I was fucking done. Like I was so over it, like just concentration wise, that I just didn't really have much more to give. And then I went out and tried to do it again because that's what the professionals do. They do 2 30-minute motos plus 2 laps in one day. They got an hour break between. It's fucking psycho. But I went out, I made it to like 21 minutes the next time around. Like mentally, I just wasn't there. And physically, I didn't feel that bad.
Is it a thing? Like, do they load up? Is there nutrition protocols for that? Because I could imagine like that's a huge toll on your system. Like, and like we're talking about, like your central nervous is like autonomic. Like that's just frying that sympathetic system, because you just be on like full fight mode, just going boom.
And that's what I mean about the arm pump that guys get. Like, even though they're so conditioned, that there's obviously like, it's stressful. Like it's a really stressful environment. Like these guys at the top level, 180 BPM for 30 minutes, and they just maintain it the whole time. And like some of like the last lap battles, man, like after 30 minutes, and these guys are having these last lap, like just all out fucking war to try and get to the finish line first. Like smash each other. Track's fucking brutal. Like I try to find what would be like. Was that Jeremy Martin, Jet Lawrence? Like, that's what I'm thinking. Can you see if you can...
The one from Millville last year with Brandis and Martin?
Yeah. Try to find something where you can see. Like, I'd love to show you.
Because I only know a few motocross guys, and they're all they're all cooked, eh? Like they're all just there's something they've got screws loose. Like, everyone's like, oh, fighters are a bit out there. I'm like, I don't know. Some like these like extreme games guys are just they're a bit fucking out there, I reckon.
Oh yeah, this guy Jeremy Martin, like number 6 here, psychopath. Like we'll have to play it, but just turn the music down and don't. So yeah, this is the last lap. So they've been going for 30 minutes. You probably put this on the screen in the lower third rounds if you want. Probably won't get pulled off. Where is Martin?
How's that on your joints?
Dude, yeah, it's fucking not good. So this guy in second, this is the tracks at his house. They have a national there. So they got like about half the track to go now, and they've been doing this for 30 minutes.
Jesus
and this
Christ.
is the second moto. So they're now into an hour of full on racing. And like that hill there, like I've been there, you can't even walk up that hill.
Jesus Christ. How fast would they be going?
They'd be probably doing like 70, right? Or
Jeez.
down that hill, maybe like 70. So yeah, this is not like an hour in, and it'd be 100 degrees, like 40 degrees Celsius. God, Martin's fucking sending it, dude.
Are you not just like completely spent?
Oh
though?
yeah, they would be fucking exhausted, man.
Like, man, imagine if you came off that.
Oh yeah,
Like you'd be fucked.
yeah. That 3 weeks ago, I went over the bars just as like going as fast as I could and landed just directly on my back and my shoulders. Yeah, so that's the level that these dudes are on, man. Like, and I mean, there's some guys that have got like trainers and stuff like that, but yeah, the supplement thing, it's just I don't think that there's the protocols in the way in this sport that like UFC guys would have, because they don't have to cut weight or make weight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's even better. It's performance, right? Like those things would be massive. Like that's all we put guys on really is like creatine, beta-alanine, electrolytes, and then like a protein powder if they need it for convenience type thing, because they're like what I deem as like the performance supplements.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like, man, like that's a performance sport. Like
Yeah.
you should be doing, especially with all those factors you were talking about. Like if you're like, okay, I want to hit as many of those ducks. Like you're sweating, dehydrated, take the electrolytes. Like make sure you've got the beta-alanine to help out buffer the lactic acid, and then the creatine for like the explosiveness. Like why wouldn't you take it if you're doing that?
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.